With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. That means you're a rat.
You have any questions for me?
I don't.
You need anything to go with you?
My phone.
Your phone? Where's your phone at?
Your phone.
We're in the car.
You search you.
I'm not looking for phones. I'm looking for drugs and guns.
I gotta say something about you, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be.
I am one of you niggas who have been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they goddamn show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. When I saw that, I think T.I. fucking lying.
King Harris just can't escape the spotlight, and this time, the noise around him is shaking the whole internet. Forget the Waffle House brawls, the reckless driving, or those skipped-out court dates. This new storm is way messier.
Tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down.
Word is his own baby mama allegedly dropped a tape that people online instantly branded as a gay tape. Before anyone could even confirm if it was real or fake, the chaos had already blown up across social media like wildfire. What makes it crazier is the fact that whispers about King's sexuality have been swirling for years. Folks online kept saying he looked a little fruity.
I need that at the...
While others claimed his baby was nothing more than a cover-up. Now, this so-called leak has given them brand new ammo to drag out the same old storylines, and the internet ain't letting go once it smells blood. But here's the real twist. Boozie jumped right into the middle of this circus. Instead of clowning King directly, he took aim at T.I. himself.
With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. That means you're a rat.
That one move turned the whole thing from gossip about King's private life into a full-blown family feud. Suddenly, this isn't just chatter about King anymore. It's being treated like a heavyweight rap drama, with people digging into paternity rumors, gangster cosplay, messy spirals, and even Boozie's long-running beef with T.I. The spotlight ain't just on King, it's burning up everything around him. Even before this tape drama went viral,
King hell.
Yes, yo, that's my baby. That's my baby. Get it?
folks were already side-eyeing King's whole situation with his baby mama. From the moment she announced that pregnancy, the internet wasn't buying it straight up. The first red flag everyone pointed at was her age. She's older than him. And fans instantly started saying, "Girl, you knew exactly what you were doing." Clips of King holding the baby next to his baby mama spread everywhere, but instead of silencing the doubters, the comments only got nastier.
I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like the weekend. They'll say, "Hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house." They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yep.
That's when the money talk came storming in. People swore she only had that baby to lock in the Harris bag. They claimed she saw the fame, the legacy, and the money tied to that name, and decided the fastest way to secure her spot was by getting pregnant. Whether it was true or not didn't even matter. Online, rumors move way faster than facts. When the baby was finally born, you'd think that would shut the haters down, but nope, the speculation only got louder.
Hey, nigga, what's up? But what I'm saying is, they
You
wasn't.
can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, Shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. Now I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
People started saying the baby didn't even look like King, clowning that he was just trying to flex like a grown man. King wasn't having that though. He jumped online calling the baby his twin, even posting side-by-side pics like, "Y'all can't tell me this ain't mine." But the more he fought to prove it, the more people refused to believe him. And here's the wild twist. This whole thing stopped being about paternity alone and turned into something way bigger. Fans have been whispering for years that King was hiding something about his sexuality. So when his baby mama popped up pregnant, the internet instantly twisted it into, oh, he's just trying to prove something. Fast forward to this alleged tape dropping, and those same people started pulling up old receipts like, see, this was the plan all along, use a baby to bury the rumors. That's how wild the conversation got, because instead of shutting down the gossip, it gave the trolls fresh ammo to drag him even harder.
Well, I mean, of course I spoke to my son. You know, me and his uncles. You know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with the short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. And I had to explain to him that, you know, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and you know, people gonna posture themselves a certain way. So therefore, you're gonna have to enjoy your life. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that energy and go enjoy your life.
But let's keep it real. This ain't the first time people have accused King of fronting. For years, critics said he's been straight up cosplaying a gangster lifestyle he never lived. He talks tough, inserts himself into beefs, and acts like he's cut from the trenches. But then, everyone remembers he's T.I. and Tiny's son. He grew up with money, privilege, and spent most of his childhood at his grandma's house. Nothing wrong with that at all, but it sure doesn't scream, I survived the struggle, respect me as hood.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any of my questions or make any statements. So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it. It's not you?
I'm not talking.
You're not gonna talk to me? I gotcha. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't.
You need anything to go with you?
My phone.
Your phone? Where's your phone at?
In the car.
We're in the car.
Search
I'm not looking for phones, I'm looking for drugs and guns.
ask me on my phone.
What kind of phone is it?
What color is your phone?
It's a clear case on it.
So every time King hops online yelling about being street, the comments flood with, be serious. People say he's forcing an image that just doesn't fit, and it makes his whole act look shaky. It's almost like King is fighting two wars at once, trying to prove he's a man and a father, while also struggling to convince the world that his gangster persona is real. King keeps trying to move like he's some hardened street figure, but instead of making him look stronger, the pressure just keeps pushing his public spiral even deeper. That spiral hit a breaking point when those infamous Waffle House videos went viral. Cameras caught King arguing loud and aggressive with employees over fast food, and the internet lost its mind. T.I. and Tiny's son acting reckless in public like that. Even T.I. himself went live the very next day, shaking his head, admitting he couldn't understand why his own son would stoop to arguing with a short-order cook.
I gotta say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have it figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything, at 16 and fall in love with her. But it's be gone. How you gonna, like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his off, bro.
He said he and King's uncles tried reminding him, you living a life people dream about, so why throw it away acting like that? But clearly, the advice went in one ear and out the other, because soon after things got even wilder. In 2024, King got pulled over in Georgia after cops said he almost hit a squad car while leaving a gas station. Officers claimed they smelled weed in his BMW, spotted a gun sitting on his hip, and when they ran his info, it got worse. They found a warrant from way back in 2022. That case tied him to speeding, driving with a suspended license, and even a DUI. He was supposed to show up in court but skipped, leaving that warrant hanging over his head all this time. The arrest video went straight to the internet, showing King cuffed up and hauled off to county jail.
I had one of you niggas who done been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they goddamn show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that. See, most of you motherfuckers ain't never been in no trouble. Motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere. Anybody tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down yet. Matter of fact, I come out smelling too good, the way you nigga think something wrong.
King looked calm in the footage, but fans weren't calm at all. For them, this was the smoking gun proof that his whole life was spiraling out of control. Now stack all that mess, the tape rumors, the baby drama, the fake gangster image, the public blow-ups, and people started saying it was all just a big cover-up for something deeper. And just when things couldn't get any wilder, Boozie jumped in, making it way messier. Instead of clowning King directly, he aimed straight at T.I., throwing slick shots about his parenting, and fans instantly caught the shade. Suddenly, this wasn't just about King's scandal anymore. This was Boozie taking the perfect chance to humiliate T.I. in front of the whole world. But here's the thing, Boozie stepping into King's mess wasn't random at all. It was chess, and the history behind it runs deep. Boozie's always had a rep for bold, controversial comments, especially when it comes to anything tied to sexuality. Let's not forget, this is the same man who had to publicly apologize to his own daughter, Iyanna, after dropping homophobic remarks about her relationship. He hopped on Instagram saying he was sorry, but everybody knew he meant what he said the first time. So when the internet saw him inserting himself into King's scandal, they immediately called him a hypocrite. Like, how you clowning somebody else's kid when your own house ain't even in order? It felt less like jokes and more like a personal jab straight at T.I. himself. And here's the kicker, Boozie ain't exactly sitting pretty either. He just cut a plea deal on gun charges, and depending how it plays out, he could be staring down some serious time. So why was Boozie really out here trolling King Harris? Simple, it wasn't about clout, it was about T.I. and a feud that's been simmering for years. To get why Boozie couldn't resist throwing shade, you gotta rewind to where this whole beef first caught fire. It kicked off when Boozie opened his mouth about Dwayne Wade's daughter. After she came out as transgender, Boozie dropped harsh comments the internet instantly branded transphobic. And guess who stepped up as one of the loudest voices to check him? None other than T.E. Tip jumped on Instagram, telling Boozie to mind his business and stop worrying about another man's kids. That one moment planted the seed for a feud that's only grown uglier over time. Not long after, Boozie clapped back, accusing T.I. of being a snitch in his old federal gun case, a shot that hit a nerve. Tip fired back saying nobody was going to disrespect his family and made it clear he wasn't scared to go head-to-head with Boozie. From there, the shots just kept getting sharper. That same summer, Boozie started taking aim at T.I.'s parenting, especially after Tip admitted he once went with his daughter to the gynecologist, a move that already had the internet heated. Boozie blasted T.I. for being controlling, while Tip snapped back saying Boozie was the last person who should be giving out parenting advice. The feud went from slick comments to straight-up personal shots about family, credibility, and who deserved respect as a father. The beef stopped sounding like rap banter. It turned into two grown men going straight for each other's throats. For a minute, it looked like they patched things up, both hopping online to say there wasn't any real problem and that they were moving on. But by 2023, the fire lit right back up. This time, Boozie accused T.I. of not standing up for him during his own legal mess. I wasn't having it, he clapped back, telling Boozie straight up he wasn't babysitting him and wasn't obligated to defend a man who kept disrespecting him in public. That's when everybody realized this wasn't about clout or rap games anymore. This was personal. Boozie had a grudge, and every single chance he got, he was going to poke at Tip just to keep the sting alive. So fast forward to King Harris's latest scandal, and suddenly the timing made perfect sense. Boozie wasn't laughing at King just for the fun of it. He saw the perfect chance to embarrass T.I. publicly, using King as the punchline. With King already caught up in viral rumors and messy drama, Boozie slid in like perfect moment to twist the knife. And that's exactly why the internet instantly clocked it as shade aimed at Tip, not King. And trust me, the people ate that up like it was the main course. Once Boozie spoke, the floodgates busted wide open and trolls went all in on King Harris. Some of the comments were downright vicious. One person wrote, "He was always weird looking to me. Too bad he took after Tiny and not T.I." That one cut deep because people have been clowning King's looks since he was a kid. Others dragged him even harder, comparing him to Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons, and the memes flew nonstop. Side-by-side pics plastered all over Twitter and Instagram, spreading like wildfire. But the comment that really shook the room was, "King about to be queen." That line didn't just clown him, it reopened every old conversation about his identity, throwing gasoline on a fire that was already raging out of control. And that's the wild part. This situation turned into way more than just some leaked video. It exposed how people never stop questioning King, no matter how many times he tries to prove himself. For years, every move he made, having a baby, acting tough, wilding out in public, got spun into something else by the internet. And now, with Boozie stirring the pot, the whole narrative flipped. It wasn't just King's personal mess anymore. The internet started framing it as a reflection of T.I.'s family, T.I.'s parenting, and the long-running feud with Boozie. Think about it. I have spent years defending his image, trying to keep his family solid in the spotlight, and now his own son is front and center in a scandal that's giving his biggest rival the ultimate chance to clown him. For Boosie, this was never really about King's reputation. It was about landing a punch on Tip. And the internet, being what it is, only poured more gas on the fire. Old clips got dug up, old quotes got recycled, and the whole thing spun into a circus. King might have been the face of the drama, but the real players in the background were Boozie and T.I., flipping a messy scandal into another round of rap politics. And here's where it got even more twisted. King himself looked trapped right in the middle. On one side, he's drowning in non-stop trolls, paternity rumors, and endless speculation about his identity. On the other, his name is being used as a weapon in a grown man feud between his father and Boozie. Every rumor, every slip-up, every wild headline wasn't just hurting King, it was doubling the pressure on T.I. Because for the internet, this stopped being just about King's choices. It turned into the bigger question of whether Tip had failed as a father. That's why this scandal hit different. It wasn't just embarrassing King, it was designed to humiliate Tip. By the time this alleged tape started circulating, King Harris wasn't just a young man making reckless mistakes. He had become a walking headline. Every old rumor, every messy incident, every shaky decision was dragged back up to paint a picture of a kid spiraling out of control. But what's really happening cuts deeper. It's a collision of image, legacy, and pressure. King's been scrambling to prove he's a man, a father, and a street figure, but every move keeps backfiring and blowing up in his face. When the trolls see King slip, they don't just laugh, they feast on it. Look at the Waffle House fight. That one random clip turned into a full-blown online spectacle. Memes, reactions, breakdowns, it was everywhere. And instead of people seeing it as a young man losing his cool, they flipped it into another reason to clown him for cosplaying a gangster life. Then came the arrest footage. Calm or not, being cuffed up with weed smoke in the car and a gun on your hip only reinforced the internet's narrative. King is trying way too hard to live a life he wasn't raised in. To them, this wasn't a slip-up, it was evidence of a front. And once people believe you're faking, every move gets magnified 10 times bigger. What makes it worse is how King's clapbacks always backfire. When he jumped online calling his baby his twin, trying to shut down the paternity rumors, trolls twisted it into proof that he was overcompensating. When he bragged about being tough, people dragged out his privileged upbringing and threw it right back in his face. And even when he stayed quiet after the arrest, the silence itself got spun into a storyline about him hiding something. No matter what move King makes, the internet already has the next angle cocked and loaded, ready to flip it into another headline. That's the kind of trap celebrity kids fall into. Every move gets mocked, doubted, or twisted into proof for a narrative that never dies. But here's where it cuts even deeper. The way Boozie flipped this whole thing into a weapon against T.I. shows just how dirty rap politics really gets. Instead of letting King handle his own mess, Boozie saw it as the perfect opening to reignite his long-running beef with Tip. And the truth is, that feud has been bubbling for years with shots thrown over everything from parenting to credibility. Now, King's scandal gave Boozie a brand new stage to perform on, and the internet couldn't resist playing along. Every slick comment Boozie dropped got amplified, dissected, and reposted. Not because people truly cared about King, but because they love watching two rap heavyweights trade shots, even if it's indirect. And that's the saddest part. King ain't just battling trolls. He's stuck in the crossfire of a feud that existed way before him. The internet isn't just questioning his identity or his choices. They're using him as a pawn to measure T.I.'s success or failure as a father. For Tip, a man who built his career around family hustle and respect, seeing his son turned into a public punchline cuts deep. That's why Boozie's shade stings so much. It's not just clowning King, it's undermining T.I.'s entire legacy. At this point, whether that tape is real, fake, or some elaborate hoax almost doesn't matter. The damage is already done. The paternity rumors, the sexuality speculation, the gangster cosplay accusations. It's all merged into one giant internet narrative that isn't going away anytime soon. King Harris has officially become the poster child for messy celebrity drama where your personal life gets ripped apart and used as ammo against the people closest to you. And unless he finds a way to flip the script, every new move he makes will just feed the cycle all over again. The internet is ruthless, and when you're the child of hip-hop royalty, the standards get even harsher. King wanted to be seen as grown, tough, and independent, but instead he's trapped in an endless game of scrutiny where trolls, critics, and even other rappers decide the storyline for him. And with Boozie refusing to back off his feud with T.I., King's name is only gonna keep getting dragged into more drama. Right now, it feels like King's identity, T.I.'s legacy, and Boozie's grudge have all collided into one chaotic storm that shows no signs of slowing down. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about a tape or a rumor. It's about power, pride, and image. The internet thrives on scandal, and when it comes to King Harris, they've got plenty to chew on. His baby mama drama, his public fights, his arrests, his family beefs. It's all one big spectacle. The only question left is this: will King crash under the weight of it all or somehow flip the chaos into control? One thing's for sure, the world is watching, the trolls are waiting, and every slip will be broadcast louder than the last. So now the ball's in King's court. Either he takes control of his story, or the internet will write it for him. And with Boozie and T.I.'s history fueling the fire, you better believe this drama is far from over. It's only heating up. If you want the latest breakdowns on stories like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Dripzine, drop a like, share this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.